Hello everyone, Seraphin here, welcome back for more Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. When I last left you guys, we had just wrapped up chapter 25, and as you might imagine, we're on to chapter 26 today. So there's one thing we're going to do real quick, well a couple of things really, but we're going to go ahead and finish up Ike and Soren's A support. This is actually kind of important. I'm thinking a lot about what you said the other day, and there's something I still don't understand. Soren apparently is very insecure about himself despite the fact that he's incredibly powerful. And smart. Soren doesn't like being talked to about it. I don't have any friends, Ike. If I tell you, you'll turn on me, and I don't think I can survive it. You don't tell anyone, you're going to keep suffering. I don't give two figs about who your parents are. I'll stand by you. Soren is branded. He is one of the branded. Mike's like, what's that? The cross between Bjork and Laguz. Such a taboo union violates every teaching of the goddess and of society. We are untouchables, abominations, condemned to a life of hatred and shunning from both races. Wait, what? You're part Laguz? Yeah. This mark on my forehead is the proof. I learned about it while researching ancient books at the cathedral. I always thought it was a birthmark. Others thought of it was the mark of a spirit charmer. What's a spirit charmer? Magic comes from interaction with spirits. If you let one into your body, it will give you tremendous power, for a price. That's why the old sage was so interested in me. He thought I had struck a deal, but instead I was just a filthy branded. Alright, so? What do you mean, so? So you have Laguz blood, so you have a mark to prove it. What's the problem? What's the problem? Don't you find me repugnant? Doesn't that sicken you? No. Doesn't change anything. You're still you. You're a capable officer of our army and my friend. We can't keep going unless you are with us. Soren thought he was gonna, totally disown him. I actually had a friend did something, he didn't come out and say he was branded or anything, but I had a very long-time friend of mine come out and admit something to me that he'd kept secret for many, many years, and he was under the assumption I was gonna disown him or think less of him for it, and I kind of told him the same thing. I'm like, so, who cares? And he had a hard time reacting to that. He didn't really know what to think. He kept saying for days, weeks after that, he's like, I still don't understand how you're so okay with it. And I won't reveal what it was or anything for the sake of him, but even though him and I don't talk much anymore, not for that reason, but for different ones, it was awkward to me to realize that he thought, I thought maybe he was distrustful of me to the point where thought I was going to disown him, but he was my best friend, so I don't know why he thought that. Anyway, the sage lived in Gallia, Soren says. A few Bjork had settled there. When the sage died, no one would help me. I couldn't speak, I couldn't find food, and I was dying. And you were the only one who helped. You and your father. That's why you're my friend. My only friend. That is why Soren is so wholeheartedly devoted to Ike, because he's the only one who actually accepts him for who he is. Everyone else... A lot of people probably don't even know why they keep their distance from him. I think it was mentioned earlier that branded are just make everybody just kind of unsettled just by being near them, and they don't know why. Wow, we can do a Jill and Har support after one map. Why don't we go ahead and do that, just for kicks? Captain Har, where are you? Can't you see him sleeping? You're louder than a meat skewer salesman in a crowded market. Maybe you should try responding when I call you. I'll do that as soon as you stop calling me Captain. How should I address you then? Whatever works for you. Sir Har? Do I look like a knight to you? Alright, Mr. Har. That doesn't sound right at all. Fine, just Har then. Hey, that's pretty good. I can't address my superior like that. Well, I can live with that, I guess. That's funny. Har's actually really cool, dude. Alright, let's see what we got here. I'd like your advice on something, sir. Let's say I was faced with an undefeatable enemy. In that case, what should I, as the weaker fighter, do? Should I try to avoid slowing down other better fighters and retreat? Do I sacrifice myself? If it's an enemy general or someone that's far too strong, there's no reason to get yourself killed. I don't want you to simply run away either. Study the enemy and see if your retreating is your only option. I'd like you to do that much, at least. Study the enemy? That's right. What type of fighter is he? What kind of weapon is he using? Things like that. If you can learn to do that, you can determine how best to engage your opponent. Those are the very core of combat fundamentals, aren't they? Oh, I'm a danged fool. Well, I wasn't going to say it. I think all my trouble started because I wasn't paying enough attention to the basics. A lot of people overlook the basics. It's totally true. You've given me something to think about. Thank you. You're the smartest general ever. What a brave little fella. Funny. Alright, what do you got to say, sir? Barn apparently is leaving. We're gonna go do some reconnaissance and tease those Daeins a bit. Good luck. You don't need luck when you're as tough as me. Leanne's kidnapping is completely my fault. Grayson's like, no, it's not. I know she's alive. Apparently he can sense her. Yep. It's faint, but I know it's her. Which is all the more reason for us to hurry. There may be other ways to finish this, but crushing Daein is the surest. Is this mysterious power you use to sense Leanne something only Herons possess? Not something any of the Hawk clans have, that's a certainty. That's not true. Power may differ in potency between us, but all Lagoos possess it to some degree. Just that my sense isn't developed, is that it? Power is distributed something like this. Among the bird tribes, it is very strong among the Heron clan. Among the beast tribes, I've heard it's most developed in the Cat clan, although not as strongly as the Herons. As for the dragons, it's said they may be equal to or even surpass the strength of the Herons. Wow. Even though I know all the Lagoos are not alike, there are many more differences than I'd imagined. Your eye should have told you that. Good point. Time for me and my domain to take wing. See you later. Please come back, because I'd be very sad if Tabarn didn't come back. Don't try anything dangerous. Apparently Rayson is having difficulty. You have nothing to prove to me. Alright, let's go ahead and roll out then, shall we? Uh-oh. It's that time. Here we have the princess, and she is decked out in armor and has a Pegasus. Why are you dressed like that? I thought to join you on the battle lines. Is that a Pegasus? Where'd you get that? He belonged to my great-grandmother. I'm a bit nervous about riding him, but I'm going to try nevertheless. Your retainers will never allow it, will they? As for that... Did you agree to this, Joffrey? No. But she's the princess, and it is her wish. I can do nothing. The princess's great-grandmother was a Begnion Pegasus knight of some renown before marrying into House Crimea. She is skilled at both riding and horsemanship, or swordsmanship, excuse me. She was granted permission to train in case the need for her to fight ever arose. That's pretty good. Behold a light that dares shame the sun. Our princess, clad in raiments fair and fine, gives courage, love, and vigor to our cause. I'm surprised you're able to hide the armor and a flying horse from the Daein army. Prince Renning foresaw a time when the princess would need them and bade us convey them from the palace. Prince Renning's thoughts were always of the princess, even as his life abandoned him. Prince Renning, by the way, was the leader of the Crimean army before he was killed. Be true to your heart and live life as it dictates. Those were his final words. Do not expect to fight as well as the rest of you. This constant waiting and doing nothing, it sets my heart beating with such unease I fear it may burst. So here's a cool thing. Elincia's gonna fight on a horse, but she also can use a staff. I promise to obey orders and stay out of harm's way as best I can. And Joffrey's like, we'll guard her, it'll be fine. Except we're not going to use any of those schmucks. It's not something I can allow or disallow. She's my employer. If that's what princess wants, all I can do is comply. Well, she looks awesome when she's in her armor, too. Lincia fights and Crimea wins the day. Maybe we're going to be a merry little army now. This is interesting. So this is Fort Pinel, and that is Bertram. The guy that the king and Black Knight were talking about. Doesn't seem to look like they have all that many dudes. Well, I mean, they got a decent number of dudes, I guess. On hard mode, this level sucks, by the way. Ike, there are more soldiers than we expected, are there? Just from what I can see, they double our numbers. We must assume that the fort houses many more troops. This may prove to be a long battle. Even if they have 20 times our numbers, we must overcome them. In this war, there can be no retreat, no surrender, charge! Totally what he meant to say. We get 19 guys in this chapter? Alright. So we get Elincia. She is a princess, as you might imagine. That is her class, too. She is Princess Crimea. Because reasons. The Fallen Princess? That's kind of a misleading description of her. She's not dead. She didn't fall to evil or anything. She was deposed, maybe. But anyway. So she can use swords and staves, which is a really unique combination because nobody else can do that. She does come with her own unique sword that only she can use, and it is a brave sword, which is very nice. It has 9 might, but it weighs 12, and unfortunately that means it weighs her down to start out with because she only has 9 strength. That being said, if you can put some effort into Alencia, she technically classifies as a promoted unit, by the way, meaning she can only reach level 20, and she cannot promote any further. So she has 19 levels to grow. Her HP is a little suspect. Her strength's pretty low, but the rest of her stats are okay. She's got passable defenses, and her sword gives her +3 in both. So she has 14 defense and 18 resistance, very nice. She is a flyer, so she has 9 movement. 18 speed's pretty solid. If it weren't for her low strength, I'd say she'd be pretty dang good, honestly. But again, with a little work, once she overcomes the speed penalties of the sword weighing her down, she can actually do some really decent damage. Because it's a brave sword and it's amazing. She can use staves, which is incredibly important, because we're going to be feeding her some physics staves. She comes with Daein swords, but she'll only ever need that immediate, honestly. And she has A in staves, so she can use physic right off the bat, and we're going to let her do exactly that. And she has renewal, pretty awesome for a healer. They don't need healing themselves. So I like Alencia quite a bit. I don't generally use her on the front lines all that much, but I do like having her around as a flying staff bot. Incredibly helpful, incredibly valuable. We're going to be doing exactly that. And as for the rest of our crew, well, we have a lot of team slots to fill and not really all that many people to fill it with. We're just not going to bring all that many people, I don't think. There's no reason to. There's going to be plenty of guys to kill, but we're not going to need to worry too much about that. I think our core team can handle them pretty well. It wouldn't hurt maybe to bring a Laguz or two, possibly, but I don't really think I want to. I think we're going to keep the crew pretty slim and tight here, so... Yeah, we could bring Ronald for somebody. Not the worst thing in the world. Yeah, we'll bring Ronald, why not? Just because. I would bring a number of these of Alencia's retainers, but I don't particularly like any of them. Joffrey maybe, but even then it's kind of a suspect situation, so... that being said, we are going to go ahead and give some better staves to Alencia, because there's no reason not to. She can have the Mend Staff, but we're going to give her a Physic, and we're going to give her... Do I want to give her a Restore, or maybe a Hammer and Staff? We'll give her a Restore. And she's definitely going to need... We're going to give her the Laguz Guard, and we're going to give her a Vulnerary. I think we're good to go everywhere else. Mist still has her own Physic Staff. She has Ward, and she has Mend. Not bad. I don't need to give Alencia any other swords other than that one. The nice thing about Amidi, too, is it has infinite durability, so it'll never break, which is very nice if you're looking to train her. Other than that, though, I think we're good to go already. We've got the same situation from last chapter, and nothing much needs to be done. I did give Har some better equipment. I forged him a custom steel axe. I gave him a Laguz axe for obvious reasons. He's like my Laguz Slayer, even though he's not really... Doesn't need to be, I guess, per se, but... we're going to go ahead and get rolling here as soon as I reposition some folks. In fact, let me take a look at the map real quick. So we've got a bunch of warriors. This map is very big, and it doesn't need to be. I don't know why they give you this much room, and there's no cover either, really. So you got a bunch of warriors here and a sniper. We got cavalry up here. This guy's a meteor tome. Yeah, that's pretty nice. A lot of dudes up here. Not really that many, but... over on this side, we've got Wyverns, we've got Armor Knights, we've got every mixture of guys you could possibly imagine all of this battlefield. Even some Feral Laguz for some strange reason. I don't know why, but here they are. Brave Swordmaster, that's going to be terrifying. We don't want to deal with that too much. The big thing to contend with on this map... Ooh, a Sleep Staff and a Physics Staff. I'm going to think I'm going to have Soth steal one or both of those. No reason not to. Bertram himself is the boss of this chapter. Bertram is one of the 4 riders, one of the ones we've not seen yet. Patrine was one of them. Bertram is the second one we'll be contending with. The Black Knight also is one of the 4 riders. The 4th one we'll not see for some time yet, but there is a 4th one. Bertram has a spear, which is bad enough, and he also has something even worse, is a rune sword. This is very similar, actually it's almost exactly the same as the rune sword from Blazing Sword, number 7, in that meaning that it has range on it, and it heals as much damage as it inflicts. So it is very bad news bears. Also because Bertram's stats are really solid. 20 speed, 23 defense, 19 res, 22 strength, and 17 magic. He hits pretty darn hard and is very tough to take down. And he has, worst still, he has something that decreases the hit and crit of all enemies within 3 spaces. So if you come near him, he's going to be harder for you. He's going to be even harder to take down. He's a big pain in the neck, and we'll talk more about that when we get closer to him. But suffice to say, he's going to be a big pain. And what else can we steal anything? We can probably nope, never mind. We can't steal anything from him because he's too fast. I think you need to exceed someone's speed to steal their stuff rather than just tie it. We could give it a shot. If it only requires a speed tie, then Soth can steal as one of his weapons, which would be nice, but I don't think it works that way in this game. We can steal a physics staff from this bishop. We can potentially steal a longbow, even though nobody can use the thing. We can steal a short spear from that halberdier. That'd be cool. We can steal the men staff or an Elfire tome from the sage. We can steal a short spear from this general. We can steal physic and sleep staff from that bishop. We can steal a short axe from that paladin. Man, lots of stuff to steal. Short axe from that paladin, too. We might have ourselves a little bit of a steal fest this map, and you know what? I'm not too upset about that. So, suffice to say, Soth's going to go to the left to get the most stealing potential possible. And we'll put our core fighters in the front, that being Nephany and Boyd, of course. We're going to put Soth near the front, mostly because, well, he can hold his own. He's got really good stats anyway. We'll have Ronulf near the front as well. We're going to have our cavalry corps just behind that, along with our mages. Mages are very important. And then we just need our flying folks behind them. Oh, and Mist. We need Mist somewhere convenient, too. I'll put her right over here, I suppose. And Rayson just behind them. And put him... well, we can leave him right where he is. That's fine. Alright, so let's get rolling, shall we? We're probably not going to do a whole lot in this chapter, but we'll get decently far enough. It's pretty straightforward. It's just... I believe it's just defeat boss. General Bertram. The Crimean army has risen to the bait. Risen to the bait? Like they thought this was a trap? Your orders? Turn the ground soft with blood. Apparently he's like got a serpentine quality to him. Make a graveyard of this place. Bury them all. Lovely. So we're fighting against a crazed maniac. Probably. Let's just assume he is. Let's assume everybody is, probably, actually. Who is this guy? Our intelligence reports say he is Bertram, one of the 4 riders. Who is on par with the woman we fought earlier. That's not necessarily true. The 4 riders is given to the 4 persons of highest ability among the king's advisors. Members can change. First, there was General Petrine, whom we defeated at Riven Bridge. Then the man we face today, General Bertram. Next is General Bryce, who served the previous king. And finally, the Black Knight is the 4th one. The same Black Knight who murdered the commander? Yep. Do you have any more information on General Bertram? I know not where he hails from. He appeared after the fall of Crimea and has quickly gained Ashnard's favor. He's a man of no mean ability. Like the Black Knight, he always wears his armor and never shows his face unhelmed. Some say he's not even in his armor, that he's inhabited by an ancient specter or demonic creature. It's all just superstition, but once we cross swords, we'll know the truth. Then we can discover for ourselves if he's just a loudmouth braggart or truly a monster. As long as our blades can wound him, I care not either way. Alright, let's roll out and take care of these schmucks. Is there anything for us to steal immediately? No, there is not. Not really. Maybe that longbow, but I don't particularly care because nobody needs it. So we'll just go ahead and move in the crew here. Move Boyd over here, actually, first. And we'll just have him huck hand axes. Actually, that's not good enough. I guess you can just take care of this guy then. Steel axe should be good enough, I think. Or silver axe, rather. Yep. I don't think Nephany's going to be in a position to take out the other guy, unfortunately, but hammer would have been nasty if I had Gatry with me, but this is the first time in a long time that I'm not actually using Gatry, so it's weird not having him around, honestly. I'm used to using Gatry almost every time I play through this game, and not having him now is a little strange, but I will make do. Not quite strong enough to take out that guy. A little help from Oscar, though. That could be a possibility. I don't want to waste spear uses. The spear is just too valuable. Soul proc when you have full hit points. Perfect. Rocking Soul with full hit points is always a lot of fun. Something else to contend with in this particular chapter is we want to make a little more liberal use of Ike. We're getting toward the end of the game, and there's only 3 chapters left after this one, I think. And we want to take the time to get him as buffed up as possible, because he is going to get some very valuable abilities later on, and I want to make sure he's pumped up enough for that. So we're going to try to make use of Ike as much as we can this chapter. Which honestly won't be a problem, because he's freaking Ike and he's amazing, so... The nice thing about this map is there's not really anything to worry about in the way of, like, Ballistae, or there's, like, the one guy that has siege magic. So it's a pretty straightforward chapter in that regard. Nothing really to worry about in regards to just annoying stuff. Which, again, I'm perfectly okay with. I'm gonna see, can Ronald shove Ike at all? Yes, he can, actually. I don't think anybody else can, however, so might be kind of a moot point shoving him around right now. So we'll just have him take out this warrior then, I guess. Probably didn't need to use Oscar in such a manner, but that's okay. Never hurts to have a little extra power. Let's see if we can get Ike to a reasonable level by the middle of next chapter, maybe. That'd be nice. There's, like I said, there's only 3 left after this, I'm pretty sure. Oh, look, a Lagoo's axe that I don't need. We're going to send Nephany straight over here to deal with these sword masters, because she's in a very capable position to do just that. We'll go... You know what? We'll go Brave Lance. We'll go Brave Lance. And then that should put them in their place pretty solidly, I imagine. We'll put Soth right over here. That one can't reach her there, then this one... No, that one can't move even further. Well, duh, of course it can, never mind. We'll put Soth right here. Should keep him out of the way of most things. Not that I'm worried about him or anything, but... He doesn't need any experience, there's no point in making him fight, and he's not even here for that anyway, so... we'll move Astrid up this direction. Give her some axing. Axe you a question. We'll move Har up. Although I want to make sure he's not going to get picked off by a sniper, so... Let's keep him back a little bit. We'll move over here to take care of some of those paladins, maybe. We'll move Marsha this direction. We're going to kind of divide and conquer here a little bit, which I don't think is going to be that big of a deal. We're going to send Elincia with this core as well, since she's going to be my primary healer for these guys. We'll send Ilyana in as well. Doesn't hurt to have a good mage. Mist will go this direction. And I think we'll just have Ronald around to keep an eye on Race and make sure he doesn't get into too much trouble here. And down comes some paladins. That one's got a bow. I need to take him out first. Make a mental note to do just that, actually. This guy goes for Jill. It's a silly prospect. I guess she can't counter, but... Oh, he did do 1 damage to her, even with her capped defense. That's impressive. Good on you, sir, for your whopping contribution there. This guy goes for Oscar, probably because he's got a hand axe and not a more capable weapon. That's a killer axe. Yikes, that could have been messy. Thankfully, Oscar's got decent defense. 22 or something like that. Here comes more Swordmasters. These guys might be a big pain in the neck to deal with, but we'll see. Silly sniper. Oh no, I don't have terrain bonuses on my horse who rides on the open plains. Whatever will I do? Yes, here comes some general. Some general. It's funny that, I think I've mentioned before, it's funny that they call that class general, because I don't think every single one of that particular class is a general. Like, in the strictest sense. I've always tried to come up with a better name for that class, and I've kind of struggled to do so. Three Houses, I think, come up with a cool one. They call them Fortress Knights, which sounds awesome. I'm hoping they keep that particular moniker going forward, because it's absolutely awesome sounding. Alright, we're going to have Astrid right up and take care of the Meteor Mage, just because I don't want to deal with him. And she can pretty cleanly knock his block off here, it looks like. There's going to be a lot of reinforcements on this map, I just remembered actually, too. so that's going to be fun to deal with. I believe they kind of start spewing in from every corner at some point. But as soon as we take the boss down, I think that's the end of the chapter. I'll double check. Maybe it's a route. I'm not entirely certain. Strength and defense, not bad. She kept her skill or something, right? Hey, axe level up, nice. He has D in axes now. She only had E before? Wow, alright. Yeah, she's kept her skill. I don't think she's far from capping speed, though, either. Alright, let's see how best to deal with this here. This general... No. Who has the thing I wanted to steal? The halberdier does. He's got a... Oh, dang it, he equipped it. You jerk. I was totally gonna steal that. I can still steal the physics staff from the bishop. None of these sword masters have anything to take, so... Let's just brave this guy down and before he gets a chance to retaliate. Brave weapons are nasty. They're almost a little too good in certain respects, but I really can't complain because I like having them. Not nice when the enemy has them, though. That's for dang sure. Alright, let's get Nephany refreshed so she can go again. I think we're going to have Ike take on that tiger up there. I bet you he can take the tiger out in a single swing here or some such. And we'll Brave Lance this guy too, because he's got a killing edge, although I'm really not all that concerned about it. Maybe we'll save the Brave Lance. I don't want to waste too many uses of it. That's 30. That's a good number. I feel like that's a respectable number for a nice weapon like the Brave Lance. It's 30 uses. 20 is not enough. Anything more than that's just too much. Part of me wishes it was like FE4, Genealogy of the Holy War, where you can just repair all your weapons. And they never actually had to be... You can always potentially have them all the time. S rank and Lance is nice. Good job, Nephany. Alright, let's see if Ike can take care of Mr. Tiger here. Silverblade? Oh, even Silverblade's not enough. I guess in that case, we just hope for an Ether proc. He's going to need it. You could crit, too, with 10%. Yeah, let's see how it goes. Ether or crit. Either or. And there's the Ether proc. Goodbye, Tiger. Yeah, with skill as high as Ike's, he's prone to proccing Ether pretty often, which is nice. Alright, I'd like it if Ike got some more strength. There we go. Look at that. 20 resistance. Are you kidding me? Man, he's got more resistance than some of my mages. And that has capped speed on Ike as well now. I believe he capped skill at 27 or 28. And then his strength cap is like 26 or 27. So he's pretty close to capping all that. His res cap's like 22, if you can believe it. So he's almost going to cap that too. That's absurd. I don't think I've ever seen Ike with that much resistance before. That is unprecedented. Which I'm not complaining about, don't mistake it, but it's just utterly ridiculous. Let's see if we can give Mist a kill here. With Amarakius. Yep, totally. Wow, she crit even. Nice. Bring down the Sword of Love. Good kill, Mist. Good kill. Can't complain about that. Alright, she should be out of the range if I put her even up front, even this far up front, so we should be fine there. As for that tiger, I believe Mr. Har has a Lagoo's Lance that he can make use of, or Lagoo's Axe even. Sadly, he does not double the tiger, but 29 damage is a nice kick in the face. So we'll get that done real quick. Swing and a hit. It only takes 5 damage in response, from a tiger no less. I don't think Har's got very good growths, unfortunately, as a pre-promote, but let's see how he does. Well, evidently no, he does not have very good growths, because he didn't get anything. Ugh, oh well. Nothing to be done about it now. Alright, let's see, we need to take care of the sniper, because there's flying units about, and we can't have any of that. So we could just have Ilyana walk up here and smack this guy with a lightning bolt. Or I could have Oscar do it. Yeah, we'll have Oscar do it. He should be fine. Run right around that guy. Excuse me, sir. Take care of him, and then I'll have I guess Jill take care of the bow knight. The bow paladin, as it were. I think from this point on, we're no longer going to see any unpromoted units. I know I said that before, but there was a couple of them last chapter. But I know for a fact there aren't any in this one. And I don't believe there's any reason to have any of them going forward, so I don't think the game's going to bother putting any in. We'll have Boyd walk up and take care of the bow knight, actually. I don't see any reason not to do that. And then Jill can take out one of the other paladins. Ilyana can roast the warrior in front of us, probably. Pretty sure their resistance is awful. As are most warriors, anyway. Ah, these guys have swords. This could be problematic. Steel lance isn't strong enough, so I have to rely on an axe. I guess we'll take a swing and see what happens. Worst case, I can maybe pick him off with Alencia or something. With her brave weapon. A swing. Oh, never mind, no need. He is down. I don't think that tan cloak really works all that well with their black armor. Honestly, I don't know why. It just looks a little weird. The combination of those two factors there. Maybe it's just me. I wish Ronolf was transformed, because then I could just use him, but... We're going to need to use El Thunder, apparently, to take this guy down, which is fine. If he hits me, though, I'm going to need to heal her, because that tiger is in range. Oh, she procced Adept, never mind. No retaliation hit for you, and she crits to boot. Anyone ever tells you that Ilyana's not worth it, you kick them square in the face. Well, maybe don't do that, but just tell them they're dumb. More magic and speed? Speed, at least. I'll take it. Better than nothing. She's already capped her skill, and her HP's not likely to go much higher, unfortunately, but... her resistance, magic, and speed are what I care about the most. Her luck could be pretty decent, too. That guy's got quite the range on him, doesn't he? I've already used Rayson, so we can't move him any further. But let's go ahead and get Alencia out of the way of any incoming approach here. There we go. Keep Ronolf right on the edge as well. And I'll keep Marcia up this direction. And Soren can stay right here by Mr. Rayson. That just leaves Soth. And nobody can get to him. Not even that Swordmaster. That Swordmaster's going to get himself killed on Nephany, so... It is what it is. Guy goes for Jill because he's got a Death Wish. Actually, I remembered last time, by the way, I gave her Provoke. That's why everyone's going for her. Which is fine. Oh, geez, really? I mean, I guess her hit rate's not spectacular at the moment, but... Still, that's embarrassing. Get at me, sir. Oh no, a crit! No damage! Nice try, pal. Let's level up for Nephany. Strength and defense, maybe? Luck and resistance. Well, can't have everything you want, I guess. I don't think she can cap defense anyway. I think she's just a little bit too outside of that range to do so. Because her cap is 28, and she's only at 21 right now. 21's still a lot of defense, don't get me wrong, but she's not going to cap it. Of course, the Tiger goes for Jill because of Provoke. I'm kind of glad I left that on her. Kind of glad I left that on her right now. That way no one else is getting hit. Goodbye, Tiger. Though it stinks because now Jill's sucking up a lot of experience, but whatever. She's amazing and she's worth it. Oh, here comes a cat. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and... Oh, look, Randall transforms finally. We're going to go ahead and take care of the remainder of this map in the next episode. So stick around for that to see the conclusion of Chapter 26. Should be pretty fun. And feel free to leave a comment and or a like on this video if you are so inclined. I would very much appreciate it. And, of course, subscribe to the channel if you've not already. I would appreciate that as well. So stay tuned for next time for the conclusion. And until then, this has been Seraphin. Stay classy, internets.